we're onto it.
In terms of the collection, are you missing anything? In terms of whether it's a piece of, I don't know, a big helicopter, or is it something, a part of Australia's history in terms of the War Memorial, like diaries from a certain conflict or something like that? Is there anything that, if you had your wish list, if you wanted to put a call out to Australians to look in their back cupboard to send to you?
There are some Victoria Crosses we'd like to get.
Okay, right.
But, look, today I had a highly decorated Australian officer come to me with his diary that he had kept diligently during his 9 months in Afghanistan, which included an action for which he was awarded a bravery medal. And it's, to me, it's gold, because it documents every day the mundane, the life of the soldiers and the officers deployed, the contacts with home and the contacts with one another, contacts with the enemy, and then the adrenaline-charged incidents. To the extent that anyone, and I'm sure there's a very large audience of people listen to Senate estimates and read the Hansard, but to the extent that any of you and your colleagues can, to encourage young servicemen and women and young veterans to understand that what they think isn't of much value, the emails that they've sent home or the notes they've written or anything like that, that is really important. Because what you are all doing, investing in this Australian War Memorial and its extension, this new space is not for more First World War guns. We're going to do a bit more on the bombing of Darwin, the Catalinas, Coral Balmoral, but almost all of this space is for these young men and women of the last 30 to 40 years and the operations that are going on right now. And in order for us to fill the spaces, we need stuff. And so whether they are peacekeepers, humanitarian, disaster relief, warlike operations, any of those objects that they have, artefacts, relics, as I say, diaries, letters, emails, anything like that, that's what we really need. There are things that come up, and this is a serious issue which I think the next government is going to have to consider. It's not unique to us at the War Memorial, but we are provided with a budget to actually buy things, and it's called the Collection Development Acquisition Budget. And every year, the amount of money we have to buy things is going down because the efficiency dividend is applied to our acquisition budget. Our staffing has to come out of that budget, and a very, very important medal collection came up recently, and we didn't know how much it was going to go for, and I asked General Dawson, I said, how much money have we got to acquire things? And I think General Dawson told me the budget for the whole year was, what, $400,000?
Yeah, it's $400,000. Yeah.
So $400,000 is what this nation's memorial has to actually go and buy something. And if it wasn't for Mr. Kerry Stokes, there are a few very important things to this country that would not be in this national collection. So I'll leave it at that. It's not a criticism of government, but the Department of Finance made a decision some years ago. It affects all the cultural institutions. So, and at some point people will be demanding of me. They'll say, Nelson, you've got to get in there, you've got to buy this thing, it's absolutely essential for the country. And I will have to say to the government of the day, well, we'd love to if you gave us the money.